for life.
Good morning. It's Monday, January 19th, 2026. It's Martin Luther King Day. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. This show is brought to you by Human Performance. Go to hp-trt.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20% on not only your initial purchase, but every single month, 20% off if you use promo code HERO. They have everything you need. GLP-2s, peptides, Anavar, DECA, and, of course, their staple, TRT. You need TRT. We use TRT. Men need TRT nowadays because our genetics suck due to evolution. So go to hp-trt.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20%. And GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/anti-hero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices. Everything from pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling, patented technology sheets, and their award-winning mattresses. 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews, all handcrafted here in the U.S. and Canada. Free shipping and returns. In-house customer service. You got to replace something in the bedroom. Go to ghostbed.com/anti-hero. It'll tell them we sent you, and we greatly appreciate it. And our boy Jim over at Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your can. They got cans from everything from 22s to 50 cals. You need it. They got it. Very, very, very low carbon buildup. Obviously, except for the 22 because they're inherently dirty weapons. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15% on your can.
Don't forget to check out Patreon. Tomorrow's show exclusively on Patreon at 11 o'clock for our members. We talk shit. We let our hair down, what little we have left. We talk about things that nobody else gets to hear. So make sure you join our Patreon and check out the Anti-Hero broadcast store. Lewis, boom. Brady designed the new For the Boys 99% logo. It is now live on a shirt, on a sticker, and on a hoodie. So head over to the antiherobroadcast.com, click on the store, and get your current freshly designed gear that just came out this morning.
Yeah, you need hoodies, man. It's like 35 degrees here.
I already ordered one. All right, here
Studio,
we are.
It's
freezing.
It was 62 we got in, and we cranking the heat, and we're at 63. So
I hit Lewis with, how was the scooter ride here? He said, I managed it. I managed it. He managed the weather.
Jimmy's still out for the week. He will be back on Thursday for the second flagship broadcast of the week. But we have a lot to cover today. We have Canada, Piers Morgan, Jake Lang, of course, the troops being sent or staged to go to Minneapolis, and we got K9 coming in at noon to talk fucking playoffs and division championships.
Oof.
It was a rough one for
a
lot of
rough
people.
Weekend.
So
NFL's fixed.
Obviously kicking it off with some reflections. I made a reel this morning at like 6:30 in the morning just because I was bored, and it pissed a lot of people off. But I mean,
did it?
I mean, it pissed some people off, and then I went and explained why I did it. So obviously, I would never. I promise you, I would never make fun of somebody's following. That's a really low thing to do. It's like, you're not as popular as me. Never would do that.
Except this morning.
No, I didn't do that this morning. What I did was, I've always talked about how blue check marks are a way for people to feel validated because they're insecure. So if you have a business, yes, you need a blue check mark. If you run a big page where you do a lot of operations out of it, yes, there's a lot of benefits to having a blue check mark. Mike knows when he got booted from Instagram.
Coming up on a year.
Yeah, they answered the phone. They just didn't help him.
Yeah.
But blue check marks, they do validate you as far as people wanting to do business with you. It validates and verifies that you are who you are. But here's the thing. If you are an average Joe with a regular Instagram account with 700 followers, you don't need a blue check mark.
No.
You don't need to pay for a blue check mark. No one cares who Joe is, who decided to jump in one of the comments about Rob when it was a real Rob O'Neill and said this cop guy is pure comedy or something like that. So Lewis, can you pull up the Instagram? I'm going to show the reel. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Up. Oh, down there where it said 795. Down.
Almost on the left.
Right there.
There it is. You got to get up on the screen though.
Boom, that pause.
We're getting there.
This is up.
Lewis's second day.
No.
Or not.
I hate doing this. I feel for Lewis when he's
miserable.
not here.
It's miserable.
Oh, you just got to make sure you put the volume on, Lewis. Pause it right there. So I can't really read it. Can you read it?
The cop person is pretty comedy. And then it says, I can almost read it. It makes it a little bigger. About as funny as a blue check mark with 700 followers. I commented after that too.
You did.
Yeah. He's got a barbed wire tattoo.
Oh man, it's almost as bad as a tribal. Come on,
A
Joe.
little worse.
So I thought that was at the end of the day, some people were upset about it at first, and then I said, listen, dude, you put yourself out there on the internet talking shit. You just got to make sure there's no easy targets.
And most of the time there are. But yeah, the check mark, I never added one until I couldn't add it originally under Copville because I was covert. You have to verify yourself. I added it to Copville this time. And what really the whole check mark, the only thing it does for you other than try to look cool is it gives you exclusive access to support. So if something like I got restricted again the other day, it happened. They flagged one of my reels. They pulled me off of, and I actually won. I called them. I was like, hey, bro, this is not what it, and they were like, oh, AI picked it up wrong. Right back. That's really all it's good for is direct customer service, being able to talk to them directly. You get some dude who's a liberal as fuck in some other country, but at least you can call them. They don't really care, but it worked for me. That's the only reason I checked marked anything is because of that.
And I'll put my money where my mouth is, dude. I don't have a blue check mark on my personal page. I don't conduct any business out of it. I don't really post anything that would get me banned. So my personal page, I almost have 40,000 followers. I don't have a blue check mark because there's no need for it.
Yeah. I had to blue check my personal page to get the support to try to get the original Copville page back.
So, and listen, I know sometimes at face value, I can take things when people are fucking with me, especially these motherfuckers in the comments here in this show. So I read it and I looked and I was like, is he just joking? Like, is he being an asshole? What is it? And I was like, well, if he's following us, that would mean that he's just maybe just joking. Doesn't follow me, doesn't follow the show.
Yeah, every now and then it's called customer service.
Yeah.
We provide customer service. And that's the point. You don't say we don't interact. Well, we're always going to interact. Sometimes it's going to be good. Yeah. Sometimes it's going to be bad. And I expect to get called out. People fucking talk shit and post and clip, and it's fun. So if you're going to come in and make a joke, we got jokes too. That's really all it is.
The funny thing is that it probably came up on his Explorer page and the motherfucker has no idea I'm roasting him online, but everybody else is defending him.
I usually tag him.
Oh,
in the post.
I didn't.
Yeah. Whenever I roast an agency, most agencies block themselves from being tagged, but whenever I roast a TikTok cop, or if I'm not blocked, which the list is pretty big now, I will tag them. That way, it's like not talking shit behind their back. Like I tagged you, you can see it.
Good idea.
I always tag them.
I'll go back and mention
the
story.
Tag them.
Another reflection is back in the day, we did an episode when it used to be the podcast. We did an episode on Uvalde. Right. At that time, we like to cover topics. We like to cover incidents and stories and histories and all that stuff. So, obviously there's nobody that's going to be none of us here are SMEs on Uvalde. We pretty much know what everybody else knows. So we had at the time, one of our sponsors, who I'm going to call out on a later date, had a representative here selling a piece of equipment that could help something like Uvalde. So we were like, okay, we had this guy come on. He kind of plugged his thing in, but he gave the story of Uvalde, and me and Brent gave the best we could with what we had. A little later, like a week later, a guy named Jeffrey Badger reached out to me and said, you got it all wrong. So okay, I called him. Of course, you can just, when you talk to somebody that's anti-cop and liberal, they're attitude-y, they got you, and you're having to constantly tell them, relax, dude, we're having a conversation.
There's no such thing.
Yeah. So we get all, and I was like, hey man, I'll tell you what, you said we got it all wrong. We all we did was we said they were cowards. And I explained how that shit happens in cop work, where when you show up and there's 60 dudes not doing something, you're not going to be that guy that goes, fuck it, we're doing it, because you weren't briefed on the situation. You have no idea what's going on. It was the worst of worst situations. And yes, there was a lot of cowardice people at the forefront. As far as I knew, Bortec came in they did in my eyes, a reasonable amount of time to realize these guys have no idea what they're talking about. And they made the move. Right. That I don't see anything wrong with that. You cannot just jump into an operation and just assume authority and control and do what you want without getting some kind of debrief about what's going on.
Correct.
So this guy for months and months and months, and I can show the emails, I can show the text. He badgered me. Oh, and I asked him, will you come on and be an SME? Because we do want to get it right.
Mhm.
We do want to get it right. Come on the show. You can come on remote and tell us what really happened. And I think he's from the area. I don't think he lost anybody, but he's got a huge, big Facebook group, lots of supporters. Because yes, in a community like Uvalde, this will be in their history for 300 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so he goes, maybe I will. I don't know yet. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, we kind of ask people that are very outspoken. This is your time to shine. I get it. You're not a podcast. You don't have a lot of experience. I'm not going to gotcha. This is just strictly so you can come tell your story.
Yeah.
I don't know. He goes, you do your correction piece and maybe I'll come on. And I was politely telling him, like, here, listen, motherfucker, nobody tells me what to do ever on my own show.
Yeah.
So I do want to get it right, but what I'm not going to do is sit here and try and get it right, do all the research and have you say I did it wrong again. So you come on. Eventually I just started ignoring him, email after email, text after text. And he hit me up the other day. Let's see this motherfucker.
Just hanging around. Back again.
And he said, full disclosure. And he sends me a screenshot. Lewis, can you pull up some of these? I got one of them I want to show first. It's one of the Uvalde ones. That one to the right. So, man, Lewis is on top of it today. So he sends me this screenshot. He's got a Facebook group called the Uvalde Shooting Facts, Lies, and Narratives. Love it. Support it 100%. He goes on to say he did a bunch of like screenshots in a Facebook post, and he said, you know, he's talking about a guy named Joe Vasquez that came on, and everybody's very happy with his testimony. Don't know anything about it, didn't hear it, didn't listen to it, didn't watch it. He goes, in contrast to the YouTube chest beaters, tattoos, huge biceps, cigars, and skulls, they call the Uvalde cops cowards and tell us with 100% certainty what they would have done if they had been there. You're damn right. I told you exactly what I would have done if I would have been there. I don't know of a better way to cover that if I'm not an SME on the topic or I wasn't there.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
I would have just circled the huge biceps part.
I did. Well, I thought it was awesome.
By itself. Just the fact that he hit another man while shitting on you and said you had huge biceps. No, but that's, I mean, that's kind of what the consensus is obviously it was dead wrong what they did. Standing around is option Z, 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 right after the 5 Z's. So it's absolutely the wrong thing to do. Tactics, that's why I stay away from tactics. And I saw that reel, I didn't see it till today, that Kenny was talking about how I never talk about anything I did or whatever, and kind of stay away from that just for that reason, because tactics are so, you know, everybody's got their own version, and it's always easier to talk tactics Monday versus game day.
Yeah.
But overall, just like in Miami at the shooting, and this one, the school shooting, Stoneman Douglas, Uvalde, it's obvious that part was wrong. You can go down the hall and talk tactics, clearing rooms, running to the threat, all those things that we've all trained. But to stand around while people get killed, I don't care what planet you're on, I don't care if you're a cop out of it.
If you're a janitor with a gun.
Because I start looking at when I see these incidents and we see the people recorded and nobody jumps in. As a human being now, as a retired, I'm just a guy, just a dude. I walk around, I'm not a cop. Don't talk about.
You're a podcaster.
I'm an influencer. But as a human, I go, what would I do? As a good gun owning American 2A guy, if I saw that happening and I'm a civilian, I would think maybe we got to stop this. We have to stop people from dying. That's just my brain as a human. But everything was wrong by standing there and doing what they did. Now, I'm not going to talk tactics, what's the proper way to enter the rooms, how to clear the rooms. You have to go. We talk about it. Every active shooter, every SWAT rate, every officer involved, QRF, everything that happens when we first get to a scene. Hostage, innocence, police, suspect. That's the order. Hips, hostages come first, innocence comes second. You have to protect those people. You're third. So they had to go. They had to go under all circumstances.
Lewis, if you could put up the next screenshot for me. I can't fucking read it. Hold on.
There, you definitely can read that.
Okay, cool. All right. So I went into that and I tagged him in a comment and I said, Jeffrey Badger, who is the admin here, who's the guy I talked to, has been asked multiple times to come on our chest beating podcast and help us get the narrative straight. He refuses to speak on what he needs to be said and then ridicules anyone who tries to cover the topic. He responded, the anti-hero broadcast. Not anyone, just you guys, because you got all the details so incredibly wrong, even the obvious. I said, Jeffrey Badger, offer still stands. You can come on the show and help us get the facts right as a subject matter expert. You don't, but you won't. You don't care that much. You just want your gotcha piece of journalism.
Yep. That's all I want.
That's it. That's all I want.
That's what I run into locally with everything I say. It's just nobody wants to really debate it. Nobody wants to get it. They just want it. That's the internet. It's the internet. In the old days, you had to walk up to somebody and actually say it.
Yeah.
And you had to deal with the confrontation or the back and forth. Now you can just go peck, hit, return, and
he won't even get on remotely to face us.
Of course he won't. Coward.
That's it. That's the Uvalde update. So I'm going to clip this obviously and throw that in a little group chat because I don't want a bunch of survivors for Uvalde sitting there thinking we said anything bad. All we said was we explained what I think might have happened as a law enforcement officer, and I said what I would have done. And I think BORTAC went in there, validated the information they had, and then made a decision because no one made one. Just because they didn't run in with a fucking saw and just start blowing the fucking place to the ground, that doesn't make them cowards. They were the only ones that made a move.
Yep. And for those commenting, yes, Tyler has the most beautiful camera lens, the most beautiful lens ever. Okay. People are commenting how crispy Tyler looks. He's got the if there was a moon landing, he's got the lens that would have been able to record it from Earth.
Okay. So what happened was we had that lens on the guest cam because the guest cam was the farthest one away, and the middle cam that catches, go back to the middle cam with both of us. See, like this catches both of us. But when we have a guest or had a guest, or we used to be more guest oriented, we got a lens on a camera. We have a second camera sitting right next to this one that projected straight to the guest. And it made them crisp and made them clear. At the time when we had a guest-centered podcast, we felt the need that was the best thing to do for the guests. And it sat there and it never got used. So I just put it on mine.
Yeah, Tyler decided that the next best thing, was to make him look way better than everybody else.
What we got to do is we got to get Mike.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jimmy's gonna have to deal.
I'm not gonna look any better no matter what lens you use, but that's all a comment. So I thought I'd poke a little fun at that. They noticed how crispy
Tyler's pores are fire. So yeah, that's all the reflections. I got some other things on here we don't need. Obviously the big one is the troops being staged. Do you want to cover that after K9? Do you want to go ahead and jump into that now until noon?
No, let's go ahead because the second half can be more of a smorgasbord.
Yeah,
wide open. But yeah, so the reports are coming out that Trump has like 1,500 troops ready to go to Minnesota.
That's a big deal. They're not National Guard.
No,
they're active duty troops from Alaska.
Well, and you have Elon Musk keeps calling for the Insurrection Act to be,
So what's that?
Basically, that allows us to use troops in the United States. They're basically saying which I agree, it's terrorism. What's going on in the streets, and that I guess didn't we post another one where people were on the fence on that one too? About I was just commenting on it downtown about the one that just went out this morning. People were talking about how
the cop called in.
Yes.
Yeah.
How it's illegal and under the last administration, and nobody said anything under Obama and the training. That's what it was. Somebody knocked us, and we've been saying this. I've been saying this all along. You have bad tactics.
What'd they say?
They said basically
those motherfuckers.
You didn't see this under Obama. There was no headlines. There was no issues on the news under Biden and Obama because they weren't doing anything. They were doing nothing.
Yeah.
And what my argument is, and they said we don't talk about the tactics because we're pro ICE. No, the tactics suck. And you have said it all along.
Yeah.
And I say it because for 4 years, ICE sat around doing nothing. They were at the desks. They hired all these new ICE agents. No job. They weren't enforcing immigration. They weren't out in the streets. Now, 4 years later, Trump comes in and says, go get them, boys. And you have a bunch of agents who have no experience. Yes, it is dangerous. What is the right answer? Maybe what we keep saying is the locals should be helping ICE so that tactics, safety, and the citizens are being best taken care of. But what you have is the cops going, we're off, we're out. And you have inexperienced, I think in a lot of these cases, ICE agents who were desk riders who are now all out in the streets, cool with their cool shades and their cool stuff on, and their tactics aren't the best. And that is a problem. And I agree it's a problem. And you're seeing some issues with like the vehicle with the car ramming the two ICE vehicles back and forth because you're not pinching it all the way correctly. You're not blocking them in correctly. So
and another thing too is, man, when shit starts going bad like this in the streets like that, you will get frustrated. I saw a clip of an ICE agent just fucking pushing people out of the way on the sidewalk. They weren't really doing anything. Obviously, they were there. They were peacefully protesting. They were trying to irritate and harass them. But when you look at that clip, you're like, man, I don't know if that ICE agent should have just pushed that motherfucker out. He was just pushing people.
Yeah.
You could tell by his walk he was frustrated. Here's the thing: the difference about being a street cop for 10 years is that you know when I'm getting pissed. Yeah. I'm getting pissed. I'm about to do something because I'm a human being. ICE agents just don't have that fucking street time.
No, I will give Dom, when he comes, Dominic Izzo says that stuff and people knock it. I will give him that you see infantile behavior from ICE agents who can't handle being yelled at. That's part of the job.
That's what it
is. You got to
yes.
be able to get yelled. You get about the 5-year mark of law enforcement is my number when you know when you can back to black. Suplex somebody. What did you say?
Belly to black.
Belly to black. When you can belly to black.
I said on night shift, but
yeah.
Fucked up.
When you can,
I meant to say belly to back.
Yeah, when you know about 5 years when you can belly to back somebody. Yeah. You're like, all right, that dude's he's got it. These guys, it appears ICE doesn't know when. Yes, they're being harassed. Yes, they're not being treated properly. Yes, the citizens are acting a little too crazy, getting in their face. But there are videos, like you just said, where ICE is getting too soft and they're pushing people and inciting some things that don't need to happen because they don't understand that they can stand there and yell at you. They can't block you. They can't pull their car in front of you. They can't hit you with their car. But to stand on the sidewalk and scream at you, that's fucking price of doing business, dude.
Yeah.
I've been in the hood 25 deep getting cussed out up and down.
One of their own murdered and you're still getting yelled at when you try to solve the fucking crime.
You're the piece of shit. You're the piece of shit because you're trying to help their buddy who's stitched up with a switch on the side of the road. But we are seeing some overuse of their authority, I believe, and I'm not here to say I'm pro cop all the way. We just beat everybody up. No, there is some overuse of authority by ICE that we're seeing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you made me pick one, dude, I mean, I can't speak for Mike. I am pro ICE. I'm pro ICE being there. I am for ICE. I wish ICE all the support that they can get, and I hope they get the job done. And I want them to be careful, but the politicians that we are all blaming for this, pulling the local cops, that is the fucking kumbaya. That is the what do you call that? The spear that organically needs to work. You need to have local cops that know the fucking area and know the people and know the streets to work with you.
Correct. To
be the yin to your yang.
Yeah. And again, to say we're not going to help at all is not the right answer. And there are times you've been there. There's times when you do things as a cop, and I'm not talking about gun grabbing. I'm not talking about the COVID bullshit. I'm talking about there's times like with custody disputes where you have to go do a standby. Maybe a child's getting removed, or maybe dad's getting told he can't, they're taking the kids from dad and giving them mom. There are times when you do things as a cop and you're like, this really sucks, but a judge signed this order. I have to assume that it was done under the right pretenses. I'm not here to debate this on the side of the road. I'm simply here to keep the peace while this civil process is enforced. And this is a criminal process. I keep hearing people call it civil. This is a criminal process. You entered the country illegally. We have to stand by. And I would think if you're a big, bad Minnesota chief who's married to a Somalian, by the way.
I saw that. Dude, he's jacked.
Yeah, he is jacked. He's so beta for a guy that looks alpha.
Give it to him.
But if you're that big and bad, is the answer to your people, we're just going to ignore it and go hide and let ICE run wild? Or is it we're going to go stand by with you, monitor the situation, and make sure everything is being done according to law? That would be the right answer. Even if you disagree, my job is to keep the people safe. I'm going to stand there anyway. We're going to monitor the situation and make sure it's done correctly. That would be the right answer.
Yeah. Do we have any news clips or anything on these? Is it 1,500?
Yeah, there's no clips. It's just that Trump talked about having 1,500 troops ready, and Elon is tweeting away about the Insurrection Act. It's time to just hammer them down.
Now, the Insurrection Act, is that something that Trump can just sign?
I believe he can. It's basically saying that the government is being threatened, and he can say we're going to use U.S. troops against our people, which is, it's getting dangerous. But again, to protect federal agents, if the locals aren't doing it, who do you bring in to do it? It's a
slippery slope.
What
the fuck is active duty soldiers going to do there that I mean, they've got 3,000 ICE
I guess
personnel there.
security would be the only real blockades, block off blocks.
Oh, so like logistics and resources?
I would think like large scale perimeters. Like we're going to block off this 5 blocks and then we're going to go in and take out all these people. So we're going to need this blocked off so that protesters can't get in. It just, I mean, it's a real ugly line because you start getting U.S. troops on the ground in U.S. cities. It does feel like federalized policing. Feels like government overreach. It gets real ugly.
And as much as I want to be a constitutionalist and I want to argue, at the end of the day, you say it a lot, and I've like really thought about it. Our country was founded and maintained on law and order.
Correct.
So we have ways of doing things. We're not savage animals that run around and shoot each other. Well, most of us are.
And politics and case law, like misguided case law and politics and votes have allowed for the weakening of our law system. So now where simple laws are like, you can't do this, like come in the country illegally. It's very simple. You can't come in the country illegally. There's no real confusion there. That has been so clouded and diluted that it gives people, well, can they? Well, no, you can't. You can't. But it's now debated or it's, well, maybe they can. No, you can't. And it's not a knock against any group of people or any race or any ethnic background. It's just the rules, man. Just like you can't cut in line. Your parents taught you, you can't do this. You can't, there's things you just can't. You can't kill people for no reason. You can't, you can't date people a certain age. Like there's reasons for laws, and you have to abide by them regardless of them. And when you let little ones go, the little one grows, and then the bigger ones start getting ignored. Yeah, and that's a big one, man. We're not, they're unvetted, unknown a bias, unknown background, unknown if they're terrorists. It just has created a problem, and now it looks bad because we're having to use so much force and so much.
Well,
so
what they
resources.
say, force early,
yeah,
better.
More force now is less force later,
Yeah.
and we're in the opposite. We had no force before, and now we're at max force, and it looks bad for our country.
Washington, January 18th, according to Reuters, the Pentagon has ordered about 1,500 active duty soldiers in Alaska to prepare for a possible deployment to Minnesota, the site of large protests against the government's deportation drive. 2 U.S. officials told Reuters on Sunday. The Army placed the units on prepare to deploy orders in case violence in the Midwest. In case violence in the Midwestern state escalates, the official said. Though it is not clear whether any of them will be sent. President Donald Trump on Thursday threatened to use the Insurrection Act to deploy military forces if officials in the state do not stop protesters from targeting immigration officials after a surge in immigration and customs enforcement agents. Increasingly tense confrontations between residents and federal officers have erupted in Minneapolis, and they're just kind of going to go on and talk about the stuff we already know. But we talked about that, and we talked about how we saw Mayor Fry kind of do his own version of what would you call that? Complying with Trump's orders. And so this makes sense. They need the resurrection. What's it called? The Resurrection Act?
Insurrection. Resurrection is what
Jesus,
your boy Jesus did.
We need that too.
Yeah, we do need that.
But the Insurrection Act is needed. Okay, I would imagine that's needed for active duty. There's a weird, it's different. The National Guard coming in is different than federalized active duty. Those boys are sitting in Alaska trying to go to some kind of war zone, and they're like, Minneapolis? Does anybody have any friends stationed in Alaska? I know there's got to be some fun grunts here that knows somebody in Alaska that's like yay or nay on this, like whether it's a reality or not.
I mean, it's got to be. Trump said it, right?
Well, they said it's unclear. Yeah, you're right. But it did say it's unclear that if they're actually going to be sent. So first,
it sounds like an idle, like let's leak this to the media so that they're like, ooh, we got the troops coming, and it creates we might want to listen. That's what it sounds like.
But yeah, unfortunately, no updates on that. At about 18 hours ago, that was told to the media, like Mike said, and then there has been no news about it. So maybe it's not the most credible thing in the world. But that kind of goes on to some more topics about this bullshit. If you could, Lewis, pull up the Instagram. And we're going to talk about this a little. Oh, you got it. I'll go up. We're going full. Canada goes full China mode. Down, 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 right there. And then I'll have maybe Mike explain it a little bit better once it's played.
Mine is the first visit of a...
Everything okay?
Mine is the first visit of a Canadian Prime Minister to China in nearly a decade. The world has changed much since that last visit. I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Woo! Stop it right there. You can get rid of that. We might bring it back up, so don't completely get rid of it, but remove it from the screen. Wowzers. He said New World Order in the most creepiest way you can, the most subdued, bowing, defeated way you could say we are going to be working with what works, the New World Order.
Yeah.
They just gave in to straight evil. That's like watching something in Star Wars, like we're going with the Empire because they're going to win.
Yeah, and you know how terrible the conditions are for Chinese kids in the sweatshops and how bad they are. You have no freedom. But honestly, Canada's heading that way with the restrictions. Like I went to classes with guys from Canada. You can't carry a gun off duty as a cop in Canada. You cannot leave your house with a gun. Ever.
It's communist there.
It is. They have like 2 cell phone carriers, 2 airlines, universal health care. Like you can't freely think in Canada. So actually, their beliefs kind of align a lot more with China than the United States of America because we're free.
All of the comments on there were very, very anti-American comments.
I'm sure, but that's a
foreign.
Yeah, people hate us. But the very thing we allow everybody to do, which is pretty much anything, is the reason that people hate us. It's like it just doesn't make sense. And you know, Canada it's communism, man. They're not good to their people. They're not good to their cops. You know, that terrible shooting there up there. They don't carry the right firepower. Their cops can't train off duty. They're not prepared for. It's bad. And I have a lot of Canadian followers, supporters that send me a lot of things, and they talk about it like they're not ready. They're not ready. Why you can't carry a gun as a cop off duty? You can't carry a gun. You cannot leave. You'll be arrested. You're sworn cop, and you can't even go and like, hey, I'm going to drive to the store with my gun in case I get ambushed by some piece of shit I arrested.
They don't. So they obviously don't have take-home cars.
They do, but they can't leave like off duty. You can't go to the gun range unorganized outside of the agency. You can't carry a handgun in Canada off duty. You are a criminal.
So I know I'm cutting hairs here, but just for my peace of mind, when they're off duty and they go home, as long as they're leaving work in their patrol car, they can take their gun home and they cannot put it back on.
You can't go, I'm going to put my handgun in my car, go get my groceries, You can't do that. It's illegal. So they get arrested just like everybody else. It is absolutely fucking communism.
Here in America, convicted felons have guns and the cases get dropped all the time by public defender lawyers.
I was thinking, as worried as I'm getting, I have my 365 in my car at all times with me. And I think I'm going to I keep my Smith & Wesson on the nightstand. I think that's going to start coming with me too.
Two guns?
The Smith's got a flashlight and a gun light and an optic on it. The 365 only has an optic, and it's a small gun, which is more recoil. I'm thinking I'm going to start carrying the big one, man. Yeah. Pretty soon I'm going to be carrying a bazooka. It's gotten to that point. I mean, I got 17 rounds in the 365. I got 22 round mags for the.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I bought the extended
22 rounds.
22 round mags for the Smith & Wesson competitor.
Jeez Louise.
It's crazy, but it's, you can't even protect yourself as a cop up there. You're required to go around and it makes sense that they would align with somebody like China.
That video is horrifying to me to watch world leaders just in the most diminished, sad way say we are bowing to the new world order. They're going to win. They are going. This is the winning side, and we see it in movies all the time. We see it in stories. We see it in our history. You don't want to be on the wrong side of history even if they're winning. Like you have to go down. Like you have to do the right thing.
I'm going to say this as carefully as I can.
You hate Canadians?
No, I don't hate Canadians, but they can be 51st state in about 11 minutes.
Oh God, yeah.
In about 11
you think
minutes,
China's gonna come help them?
in 11 minutes, Canada's walking around with MAGA hats on, and they're 51st state. If we really wanted to. So, but we protect them. We're right here. Like if in the heat of it, we wouldn't let anything happen to Canada. It's bad business, man.
Would we know? You know what, man? A lot of people don't like Trump because he is a real motherfucker. If a country that borders us that we've done nothing but help is going to say shit like this and go to what we are all saying is our inevitable enemy in the future that we are going to go to war with. If somebody threatened Canada, you think Trump would do anything about it?
He would do it just to stand there and go, "Who saved you, bitch?" That's exactly what he would do. He would stand there like Vince McMahon on Monday Night Wars and be like, "Who owns you now, Daddy?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?" That's what he would do. So he would, maybe not for the right reasons, but he would.
You can get rid of that. Oh, actually, can you bring it back up? Just look at I just want to look at some of the comments, but I can't see it. I got to start bringing my glasses. You don't have to read the biggest one. There's like 1,000 of them. You can just read some of them. God, what a loser. Who types all that?
As a Canadian, I'm okay with it. Oh, until we hit that. No. Don't believe everything you hear from your own government about China. They want to keep you in fear. So basically, they're sticking up for it.
All right, keep going. Let's read some of these little ones.
Trump has ended too many great relationships. Can you blame them? America has proven that it's the biggest threat to Canadian sovereignty.
How?
I don't know. It's really not that deep. It's a trade deal, not a geopolitical shift. Y'all won't trade with us because the orange man is pouty, so we went elsewhere. That's pretty much it. So that's what it is. You have the Canadian loyalists it's Trump's fault.
Because from what I've gathered about Canada, they are split down the middle just like we are.
Yeah, I
There's
was on a
people that
cruise, if you can believe this, last year.
I can believe you were on a cruise.
It was January. I went January, August, December. I think it was the August cruise. Whenever Trudeau was getting tossed.
Oh, yeah.
And there was Canadians on the boat, like cheering. I remember watching a guy sit his laptop or his iPad out, and he was watching Trudeau. It was January because he left in March. So it was January, it was a year ago. And they were saying Trudeau was out, but he rigged it so that his party stayed in control. There's no real control.
Yeah.
He basically stayed long enough where his party maintained control. But the people on the boat that were Canadian were absolutely anti-Trudeau, anti-everything. They like Trump. They like the United States.
Interesting.
All
right. So you can get rid of that and then stay in the Instagram. And there is a Piers Morgan picture.
He doesn't know who that is.
Okay. That guy right there. Put that up. Can you read this, Mike?
Yes. Piers Morgan said, Britain should repurchase America. After all, it was ours once, and it would enhance our North Atlantic security. If you don't sell it to us, President Trump, we're going to impose tariffs on the U.S. and any country who supports you in resisting this very good deal. Fair?
All right. So I love how he is now. Piers Morgan is now. You can take it down. Piers Morgan now is taking the same kind of approach that Nick Fuentes did, because Nick came on his show and destroyed him and just laughed at him. Like, you're old. You are obsolete, old man. All we do is preach our politics. It's nothing personal, and I'm winning. So now Piers Morgan goes and puts the most wildest shit on there, like America's for sale.
We already won that war.
Yeah, we already won that war twice.
We beat them once, and they can't even control the Muslims, run around with knives in their own country, let alone any deal with the United States. So that's another place that no.
But I mean, people. Oh yeah. Europe. That's a whole nother topic of discussion.
Yeah, you watch the video. I watched like Death Scroll.
Can you imagine like 15 years ago when people took romantic getaways to Paris?
You can't go there anymore.
No.
You'll get freaking stabbed and robbed at the Eiffel Tower by Muslims.
Yeah,
you can't. There's nowhere over there you can go. Ireland, done. UK, done. France, done. You can't even walk around. There's dudes with machetes. They're running scams. They're not enforcing any laws. You can't get on the internet and say anything illegal. They'll show up at your house, or illegal when I say that.
We tried talking about that, and people were on our case, and over there, the loyalists, they were like, that's not true. That's not true. You can say whatever you want. Like, so where's all this coming from? Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's an agenda. But obviously, when you look at America, we're like the trailer park of the world. Obviously, we have everything going on. It's pretty wild,
But we're free.
But we're free.
People in trailer parks, you ever seen them and you're like,
Yeah,
damn,
they
that's
have
a
a
fucking
great
shit
day,
show.
man.
But they love it.
Dude, they're fucking drinking Michelob or
Out
Miller
front,
Lite. Fucking
kids are in the fucking
9 in the
inflatable
morning.
pool.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. The fucking pool's been empty for fucking 3 years. There's green
Yeah.
water in the bottom.
You're just like, I wish I loved anything as much as these guys
Fucking
love
motor
life.
part. The truck's taken apart. It's been there for like 7 years. They're having a great time. Though.
Yeah.
No problem. No politics in
Yep.
the trailer park. The only problem is whose music's too loud or whose wife stepped out of the house. But they're having a great time. And that's kind of what we are. We're having a great time. And they're very restricted and they're still not having a good time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
why don't we buy Canada? You think maybe Trump's wait till you see this Greenland reel, man. I didn't clip it out at all, but you look like you just woke up and tried to argue and debate somebody.
Me?
Yeah, I clipped it. I'll drop it later today.
Okay.
It's not altered at all. But anyways, do you think Trump doing his Greenland thing has anything to do with Canada and just trying to put like a little buffer there? Like,
and then that
physical
whole
barrier?
group of European nations got together and said they're going to stop Trump from Greenland. And I don't know, man. You look at all this stuff happened hundreds of years ago and people just took over states and countries and that's how we were all formed. And when you think about that now, it's kind of like, well, we've never seen a state formed, in our lifetime. It's been how it's been. But these things happen frequently. We were from like 13 to 50 over
and then
time.
we just stopped at 50.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And then it's like, we're going to take this over. And it seems weird because whenever you think of takeover, you think of war and destruction. But it's like, no, we're just going to go take it. Like, we're good. So
I think, does Greenland even have an army?
No. A bunch of nice people living in cows and shit.
Who owns them?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Does the Netherlands have an army? Doesn't sound like
they
a
got
very,
like a
the
really cool-
Netherlands doesn't sound very scary.
They have a cool like red light district, I think. But
What's that?
that's where the bunch of stuff happens there.
Oh, like
Yeah.
like Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So they got no army. We just roll in there and take it, guys. Anyways,
They could take over with some of that stuff, but no army.
so the last thing we'll cover before we take a quick commercial break and go to sports with K9 is Jake Lang, who I had no idea who he was until yesterday. That it just goes to show you the depths of the
He
internet.
was
I had no idea who this dude was.
Yeah, we went Minecraft a little bit. He
Uh-oh.
nothing we can do about it. I love hearing about it though.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but
He was a January 6er
okay.
that was pardoned by Trump. And now he's off the rail. He's actually running for Senate in Florida for U.S.
Well,
Senate.
of course, it's Florida.
Yeah, he's from New York. He was a January 6er, and then
Okay.
he went up to Minnesota and tried to act out. Got his fucking
So everybody's saying they're going deep in conspiracy. They're saying he's actually a Jewish plant. Can you go back to Instagram? And there's a YouTube link of JD DeLay kind of explaining this right there. I don't know how you start it over. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota today. He went out to do his normal shtick where he pretends to be a Christian, pretends to care about this country. He's a paid provocateur, but he was also peacefully protesting. He didn't hurt anybody and he didn't break any laws. And he got violently assaulted repeatedly, had piss thrown on him in 7-degree weather, was pepper sprayed, was dragged into this crowd, brutally beaten. And then after all of that, he was stabbed. Now, I don't like Jake. I don't trust Jake. I know who Jake works for, and I think his methods are disgusting. But I still stand for his First Amendment right to be able to do the things that he's doing, just like I stand for the First Amendment right of these people to be able to do what they're doing. For him to be attacked for exercising his constitutional First Amendment right is absolute Nazi fascist behavior. But they didn't just attack him. They attacked this woman as well as many other people. Listen, you might not agree with the things that I believe, and I might disagree with the things that you believe, but at the end of the day, we are all Americans, and this country was founded upon our right to be able to speak our minds freely. For people who like to call everybody Nazis and fascists, they sure do like to use physical violence to shut down the speech of anybody who disagrees with them on anything. And what exactly would you call that? Let me know down in the comments.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, he got worked. Head got split open, and I mean, he's out there yelling.
He got stabbed
Yeah,
in the head.
he's gonna burn a Koran.
A Koran?
Koran.
Quran?
Quran.
Why do you say words weird?
Because I like how you react.
It's gonna burn corn.
Quran. Sometimes I do it on purpose.
But so people think, and I heard someone else say that they say he's a Jewish what's it called? Provocateur.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's from New York. He was January 6th. He was arrested, 14 charges, pardoned with everybody else, and then he moved to Florida, and he's got a website.
Because he's like pro-Hitler, like he's very white supremacist.
They throw some.
See, I saw the
hard
HHs,
runs a hard R around.
The hands up.
Yeah, yeah, he'd definitely be a guest on the Crusader.
So he essentially just went. I mean, I don't know.
It seems like a bad idea.
You got to be smart.
It seems like a bad idea.
I'm not going to go into a crowd of 1,000 people I disagree with and provoke them.
I mean, you might as well remember the cruise ship video?
Yeah.
The snow cones?
Yep.
You might as well put the cruise ship snow cones on and go down into the hood. And you're not very wise what he did. And it goes both ways. Does he deserve to be beat up? No, he doesn't, but it wasn't very smart.
Efren says, at what point can we plug? That's a good question. I don't know. There's laws everywhere that say I don't know if he had a gun, if he could start using it, if he put himself in that situation. That would be a long, drawn-out court process.
I mean, he has a right to go do what he did.
You think he could? Yeah, that's true. Can you imagine if he just started blasting people?
He was stabbed.
That's what our country needs.
He was stabbed.
That's true, man.
I mean, we call officer-induced jeopardy when cops do dumb things. Citizens, I guess, aren't responsible for their own.
I mean, as long as he went out and peacefully protested and did it the right way and didn't attack anybody himself, I think, yeah, as much as people might not like to hear it or agree with it, he would have every right to start plugging motherfuckers.
I can tell you, if that was role reverses, though, there'd be a lot of problems in America today.
If we took a black man out and essentially lynched him, yeah, that would probably be pretty bad.
Yes, I would think so.
Martin Luther
I
King
wasn't going to quite say it as blatantly as you just said it, but
not today, guys, not today.
Yeah, that's probably not the words I would have used, but something like that.
And then somebody said he was born in Israel. LOL. Well, that really advocates for the argument that he is a professional agitator.
But of course, he ended up in Florida.
Yeah.
Lang for Senate.
Justin says, just like Kyle Rittenhouse. Absolutely. And we had Kyle on the show a long time ago, back when we were a podcast. That was a weird one. That was just a different, weird right? time. I think he's autistic for sure. 100%. Go watch the Kyle. Oh, I don't know if it's locked. If I remember, I'll unlock it. But if you're a paid member, you can watch it if it's locked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit early of a commercial break. We got more stuff. I've got funny videos reference this whole ICE Minneapolis thing. We want to cover sports when we get back, maybe change the course a little bit. We're gonna do what we did last time and possibly fix this Wi-Fi situation. So after the commercial runs, there might be a little bit of a couple-minute wait while we unfuck this potato quality, but we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people, to detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
Hot potato, hot potato. How are we doing? All right, we're back. We're not in timeout. We're just giving the internet a chance to catch up to how cool this show is. Let's pay the bills. Don't forget to check out Flatline Fiber Co. Go to flatlinefiberco.com. Use code ANTIHERO. Since their founding in 2019, Flatline Fiber has strived to create the highest quality gear with real-world functionality trusted by SWAT boys, high-level military units, police agencies, and civilian shooters across the globe. They make gear you can trust, made in America with a lifetime warranty. Violent Provisions. Our boys over at Violent Provisions, they have a drop today. Go to violentprovisions.com. They are a veteran and law enforcement owned operated apparel company geared towards the violent professional. Use code ANTIHERO for 15% off. And Goon Tape. Go to goontape.com. Soft tape for rough work. If you're a tactical athlete looking for an edge, try some moisture activated Goon Tape made from ultra strong fibers, natural and synthetic, to help keep you on target even when the work gets wet. When it's wet, it gets grippy. Made in America. Raid responsibly. Go to goontape.com. And Tyler,
Guys, we got a new one. Crave creatine. And just a quick backstory with those. We met up with these guys a couple months ago. We had to make sure they were the right fit. It was after the whole Tasty Gains thing, after they were exposed for not putting creatine in their gummies, but there was a lot of shit after that. And we were like, man, we got to find a company, man, because we both work out, we both take creatine. We came across Crave, who called out Tasty Gains, and I remembered them. So we reached out. We talked to them for a long time. They are Florida-based, and they are a small business, and they are legit. We're actually going to go see their operations and how they do things. That he was like, we'll let you watch us put creatine in our shit. So we all need creatine for a magnitude of reasons. It pulls water into the muscles for size and definitions, and it improves mood and brain function. You can build up to 30% lean muscle with creatine, and it boosts strength up to 30%. Creatine is something your body makes naturally. It helps your brain and muscles get energy by making it more advanced. Your body's main fuel is derived from creatine. I made that last part up, but it's true. It's just very important. When you take your creatine, you give your body more power. That means you can lift more, recover faster, and stay sharp all day, which is very true. You can take 3 gummies a day. And if you don't love the flavor or you don't feel the difference, Crave will refund you with a full money-back guarantee. So go to trycrave.com and use the promo code that we don't have right now because our sponsors do this to us all the time. We get everything set up and they don't create us a promo code and then they don't answer the phone. So, but this is more of an awareness thing. It's our first ever ad for them. We've been talking with them for months, and they're really good people. They have a really good product. We've all got bags of them. We tasted them. And the funny thing is they taste like it's got creatine in it. When it tastes like fruit snacks and too good to be true, sometimes it might be. Crave Creatine has the creatine you need. So go to cravecreatine.com. Once we get the promo code,
trycrave.com.
Trycrave.com. Yep.
What I liked about them was, as a true good business, they refused to work with us until they sent us the product, made sure we got it, made sure we tested it, made sure we liked it, then said, let's talk. There was never any talk of sponsorship. There was never any talk of, this started probably October.
Yeah. And
they were like, let me send it out. Let me make sure you guys get it, taste it, try it. Let's get that going. And that to me shows good business. They want to stand by their product, not just some deal we make on the phone that we're going to say it's good because you told us to.
Yep.
So I really
and it was really hard to explain to them, like, I actually know there's creatine in this because it tastes like there's creatine in it. Because I mean, I'm going to try to eat one and explain it because I eat them all day, but I don't think about it. All right. First off, they're so good.
You think?
First off, they're not slimy.
They're not grimy and slimy. I have a slime bag at home of another brand.
But these are all individually. They got nice little crystals on them that make them sweet. And
you're right. You can taste the creatine.
There's creatine in it. There's no doubt. You'd be like, oh, there's creatine in these.
For anybody who's raw dog creatine right in the mouth with the powder, it's not fun. And you can taste it.
One more. Just
measure. You're right. It's not a fruit snack.
No. They taste really good though. So creatine is very important.
No eating on the show.
Unless it's a sponsor.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
Lewis is over there laughing.
What is Lewis laughing about? We match today, Lewis.
K9 has not entered the chat yet, so we will move on. I've got a couple videos in the Instagram DMs. I want Mike to see.
Uh-oh.
You logged out of Instagram.
We had him doing things. Yeah, I'm doing things. Easy.
All right, so go up. All right, start slowing down. Let's watch this. I got a couple videos of Jake Lang. We kind of had to fix the potato issue, so we'll check this out.
God is good, Christ is king, and send them all back. AIPAC, the Israeli lobbyists, and all the brownification of our country. Send them back.
Brownification?
Freedom to salute. God is good, Christ is king, and send them all back. AIPAC, the Israeli lobbyists, and all the brownification of our country. Send them back.
I mean, and he wonders why he got hit over the head.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Black Hawk Down style and surround myself with 1,000 Somalis. And
no, that's a bad idea.
And then you're not going to get the Medal of Honor for that one.
No.
You ain't got no backup.
No.
Go to, what's that one say? Maybe go up.
Protecting, yeah.
All right, so that one right there.
Calm down. I didn't mean all that.
He gets sucked into a Somali zombie.
He got sick on it. He really fucked up.
He was stabbing him in the back of the head.
That's not smart.
I'm telling you, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
It's not smart.
Alligators by law are not allowed to eat you here in Florida. They'll be put down if they eat you, but that doesn't mean you go fuck with them.
Correct.
Because they will eat you, just like the zombie Somalian hordes. Go to the down, right there. What's that one? I think this is still another Jake Lang video.
Let him go. Go. Just go. Just go. Let him go, y'all. Let him go.
He's being protected. They're trying to get him out of there. Not, I should say protected. They're trying to help him escape that.
Hopefully I got it left. I'm holding it up. Yeah.
You think you knew this would happen? I mean, is that where his hotel room's at?
I don't know, but
Can you imagine the fucking Marriott there? Like, whoa, dude, what are you doing?
I can't imagine he thought it was going to go any better.
I mean, it's the price you pay. These guys put themselves online. So, okay, yes, they're doing it for internet fame. I don't believe, from what I've heard about this guy, I don't believe he's doing it for the right causes. I think he's just an agitator.
Yeah, he wants to run for all, like trying to run. It is. It's. But
And what he did was he set it up, and they took the bait, and they acted like animals.
Well, here's the thing.
They almost killed me.
What do we always say? Like, why do we use our own tourniquet on ourselves? Because we have to survive ourselves in order to go help people. If this guy really has a message that he wants to get across, getting killed in the middle of a group of Somalians by doing this is not really going to keep your message out because you're dead. So making poor decisions like this doesn't really help the cause.
Yeah.
Being alive, and I'm not saying I agree with anything he's doing. I'm just saying, like, if I was going to be his manager, I'd be like, let's stay away from like the streets of the enemy, surrounded by thousands of people that you're basically shitting on, and Heil Hitler's and the N-word and everything.
Protection yourself,
or have some protection. I mean, he probably does going forward, but just
no, I'm not talking like personal security. I'm talking about go at a rally where there's like MAGA people at least.
Well,
They're
I
at
mean,
least
yeah,
gonna
but
let-
then it's kind of like you're preaching to your own people. If you're trying to be cutting edge, you're going to go out in the
that's
monthly
true
enemy.
too. If he was trying to just get internet glory and internet videos, he would go do it in his own crowd. But man, he went for the gold in internet.
Does he have that support? Does he have enough crazy whatever show up to support him? I mean, his message is pretty great. He doesn't look very organized, and he looks like he's playing off of a couple other internet personalities that have already gone down this road. He's now taking it to the next level.
Yeah,
Where like
he's trying to
Fuentes
stand
sits
out.
at a desk, the gypsy guy sits behind a computer. This guy's like, I'm going to take it to the streets, and that didn't look like it went very well. Didn't like it went very well to me.
The
Super
Prussians
chat.
sent a super chat. The St. Paul police chief said that if they need to communicate with ICE, MPLS can suck these nuts. What's MPLS?
Probably the
Minneapolis police. Prussian, what's MPLS stand for?
That's not it.
What is
That's something to do with fucking electronics. But yeah, I mean, they're not going to. Oh, we have an order. Somebody bought something.
Should we put the website up?
Yeah, put the
Are you
website
sure?
back up. Yeah,
No, in the comments.
yeah, that's fine. We sold a 99%er, sure. We appreciate it. Request fulfillment. It's on its way. Don't forget to go to the antiherobroadcast.com store.
You can get a Tyler and all shirt too.
You
if
can't
you
get a
want.
Tyler Null shirt. You can get it allegedly. He just fucked it all up.
No, I got it. I'm putting it in the comments.
Yeah, and he spelled it wrong.
Prussian MPLS is Minneapolis. Okay, so the St. Paul police chief said that they need to communicate with ICE. Minneapolis can suck these nuts. Yes, from what I gather, you were absolutely right. St. Paul Police Department is actually doing the right thing and working with ICE. Trying to pin this comment real quick. Fuck.
Canine's MIA.
Yeah, dude.
I text him too.
He was at the barber shop at 11. Well,
Must be a long line.
yeah. But yeah, William, sorry to hear that. I kind of saw a little bit that his father was killed by a 22 because they were talking about 22s in the comments. So but yeah, okay, this is what I wanted you to see. This is great. The one right there. Yep. This guy, I'm telling you, when I first saw him, I was like, he's giving really, really big Hitler vibes. A week later, he's full on.
It already looks like it.
That's a bingo.
Yeah, it looks very,
Doesn't
looks
look
very
good.
similar.
Yeah.
Think they do it on purpose?
I don't know. I'm looking for other reels. Yeah, I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
I don't think he does it on purpose.
I mean, doesn't look good.
But yeah, that's I'm trying to find something else I had on him too. But he's the commander for Border Patrol.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a giant coincidence that he's walking around with armed squads of people, directing them with a trench coat? Just, dude, you think he's wearing a vest, Mike?
No.
And most of the things he was, but after he started going with this weird trench coat look,
He might have one. I would wear one if I were him. I mean, nobody's a fan. We have another super chat. We need a Mike didn't get sued shirt.
yeah.
Maybe I'll just get sued and then we get. I'm not well liked.
Yeah, I
can
linked
believe that.
I linked the link to the t-shirt into the store or into the comments so you can actually just click it.
Hoodie. If you're in Florida, oh, we got more items rolling in. 2 more sales. Look at that, man. It's
Y'all
working.
are awesome, dude.
It's working.
Oh, shit.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a good shirt. Props to Brady for making it.
He might be broadcasting from his minivan, K9, and then he's got the show tonight. Starts at 6:30 tonight
Why?
instead of 7 because the national championship game starts earlier.
Oh,
So he's going to cover
okay.
He's going to cover the playoffs from yesterday. Heartbreaking day for some fans, and then the national championship. Buffalo Bills fired their coach already today.
Well, you know what? You know sports enough.
Yeah.
Let's go into sports without K9.
Sports without K9. So
Should I call him?
I texted him. He didn't answer.
Call this motherfucker.
We had 4 games over the weekend.
What's he think? This is a fucking
Yeah. What is wrong with this guy? What is he, an Indian? Let me get to the games. 3 good ones and 1 destruction. See what he says. We'll give him a chance. He's probably getting his hair cut.
Damn, bro. He was getting his haircut at 11.
All right, anyway, I'll do it.
Sports.
Sports.
All right.
Bills Broncos. Crazy game. There was right near the end of the game, there was a really critical catch and play where Diggs hit the ground with the ball and it ended up coming out. The Broncos intercepted it. It was a bang play. I did have a dog in the fight because if Buffalo and the Bears went to the Super Bowl, which they both lost, I would have won $1,000. I wanted Buffalo to win. They called it interception. They called 2 very questionable pass interference calls at the end of the game as well that put Denver in field goal range. Denver won, but one of the biggest, wildest things that happened in that game was Denver's starting quarterback, Bo Nix, on the kneel down to essentially end the game and let them kick the winning field goal. He broke his ankle.
Oh, shit.
He's out. So
He broke it on the kneel down?
You can see like he kneels down. It looks like somebody maybe steps on it or kicks it on the kneel down. He, instead of just kneeling straight down, he did one of those sideways kneel downs to move the ball a little further in the middle of the field. Didn't know it, walked off the field, grimaced a little bit, and he broke his ankle. So they got a backup quarterback going into the AFC Championship game. They'll be playing the Patriots, who, if you watch the Patriots-Texans game, I know I'm skipping until Sunday, but I'm going to cover the AFC first. The quarterback for the Texans, absolutely, C.J. Stroud just shit the bed. It looked like you could make, like there's so many memes right now about him just hurling the ball, throwing the ball every which way, complete meltdown. They have the best defense in football. It kept them in the game. Ultimately, the Patriots won at home. The blowout of all blowouts, which Seattle is probably the team to beat now in the whole league. Seattle destroyed the 49ers at home, 41-6. And in a heartbreaker last night, Canine's hometown Bears, there was a 4th down in that game with the game on the line before overtime where I can't believe it happened. Caleb Williams rolled back, dropped back like 30 yards, threw off his back foot and scored a game-tying touchdown to go to overtime.
Holy shit.
Critical play in that game. Bears were driving to essentially win the game because they kicked off first in overtime. Rams were stopped. DJ Moore, man, he's a great receiver, but he looks lax all the time. He didn't run a route like he wanted to go to the Super Bowl. And Caleb Williams threw a ball across the middle that Stroud should have, or DJ Moore should have absolutely caught. It was broken down time and time again. He kind of pulled up on it. Ball got intercepted, and the Rams went down and kicked the winning field goal.
Good game, though.
Oh, it was an amazing game. I actually fucking hit a big bet. I won $20 bet that won $360. I bet anytime touchdown DJ Moore, which was the first touchdown for the Bears, under 45 points, and the Bears that covered the 4.5 spread, which hit. Felt terrible. My wife's a Bears fan. Obviously, Canine's a Bears fan. They look good.
Why
they
are
look
they
real.
Bears fans?
Chicago. They live. Canine was born right outside Chicago. Joanna
Okay.
lived in Chicago for a long time. Heartbreaker for the Bears, but I would say they're back. Caleb Williams, although he paints his fingernails and acts a little weird, he made some amazing plays. And so your NFC Championship game is the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks, and the AFC Championship game is the Patriots at Denver. Denver has a backup, so my pick for the Super Bowl is the Seattle versus
Wait, so
New England.
we have a game tonight, right?
No, that's the tonight is the
Miami.
college
Yeah.
college football championship. Miami and Indiana University. I bet on Miami. I'm just going to root for Miami because K9 likes them, and I really don't have a dog in the fight. But the U, I think a lot of people are picking Indiana, though. Indiana's favored by like almost 10, I think. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Miami?
Indiana's got a good team. This might be a hot take. The guy won the Heisman, the quarterback for Indiana. I don't think he's going to be the hype that everybody says. He does that stand in the pocket, hands in front, standard college, like very systematic. He runs a system. He doesn't have a lot of thinking to do because it's all scripted. Those quarterbacks scare me when they get to the NFL. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see the hype, but they have a good team, and it's going to be a battle for Miami, but I would like to see Miami win. 7.5 on Hard Rock. So Miami's 7.5 point underdogs. I bet straight up money line. I won $365 last night on that Bears bet. So I bet 65 to win like 300 or so, just under 300 on Miami because it was house money. There's nothing like betting with house money.
Mhm.
It's already a winner. K9 is missing in action. Maybe we'll do a attempt to locate on him.
Yeah.
ATL.
So we'll kick it off, or we'll end the segment today, kind of like loosely talking with y'all and running over some reels. So Lewis, can you scroll up on Instagram? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, stop. Let's watch this first one underneath that. Not that one. This one right here. So Don Lemon said some wild shit, but I have not really dove into it. I just saw it this morning. I didn't have time to really like give it a lot of attention, but we're gonna watch somebody break it down. We're gonna break down a guy breaking it down.
Don Lemon leading a fucking mob into a church service may have just violated the FACE Act. Are we gonna start arresting motherfuckers or what?
This is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution and the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble.
Yeah, but when you physically interrupt people from their places of worship, you are violating the FACE Act. Yeah, that same act that the left likes to use to protect abortion clinics, it also is used to protect people's religious freedoms in churches, which carries a fine of $100,000 or 1 year prison sentence or both. Wouldn't it be funny if Trump used their own thing against them?
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
He didn't push you at all, so why don't you shut the hell up?
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here.
Yeah, he literally asked you to leave and you didn't leave. But these are the tactics that they're using now, people. These are the tactics they're using. Intimidation. Try to interrupt your time of worship. To come in there and say, hands up, don't shoot, and stop ICE and all this bullshit. When is enough enough? Don Lemon.
He is a bad person.
Holy, Don Lemon is a fucking bad person.
He is a bad person. I can't stand him, dude. And that's not Republican and Democrat.
There are so many fucking sound bites and click bites of Don Lemon just saying the wildest shit. And it's the only reason why he still has a career. Because CNN hit the fucking shitter a couple years back. All of the fucking regular hosts of shows that didn't really do anything crazy, they're all gone. Don Lemon is able to have a life outside of CNN because he understands, just like Jake Lang, if you want to survive in this crazy media circuit, you have to say wild shit. You have to do wild shit. That's crazy.
But he does it in places that won't punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah,
like he goes to church because the church isn't going to beat his ass. I remember one of the videos I saw right before the election, the last one. I think he went to like the New Jersey Atlantic City Boardwalk, which is Churchy's very blue Democrat, and he got roasted by most of the people who were supporting Trump. It was funny to watch him get like, no, you dumb motherfucker, I'm voting for Trump, like over and over. But of course he goes somewhere where nobody's really going to do anything to him. He is a god-awful human being. God-awful human being.
Don Lemon.
K9 decided to join us.
Yeah, I'm going to send him home and see maybe if he wants to go home and get set up, and then we can bring him on towards the end.
Okay. No, not in the trap. Not in the van.
No, we don't need no. We don't need unless he's doing yard work at work.
No, he should be off today. Tell him to go home.
I just texted him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Don Lemon. I cannot believe he had the audacity to go into a fucking church.
And it is. You're picking on. God damn. You're picking on people that just, if that was he's a homosexual. If that was like some gay rights thing and a bunch of Republicans stormed,
he would be appalled.
He would lose his fucking mind.
How dare you?
Would he stay calm? No, he wouldn't stay calm. Like that. That's just.
He cries on TV too, so he's a little bitch.
Pussy,
he's gay?
Yeah.
Oh, I should.
He's married to a white guy too. Pretty sure. Let me see. Let me get my facts straight because I think you're gonna cook me later for not having my facts straight.
I'll just let the fucking comment section cook you.
Is it that bad? Oh, good. I like when it's bad because I won't look at it. I ignore. I'm very good at ignoring because it was this time last year when I was going at it. Yeah. There's Don Lemon's husband.
They just, yeah.
I mean,
white.
Hey,
man. If Don Lemon.
Kamala Harris, white husband.
Wow. Imagine. Then you got that poor police chief with a Somalian wife.
Yeah. I still like his reaction when they said they were going to take it
Yeah.
to war with the.
Maybe he's not the evil that everybody thinks he is. He's just a little beta puppet.
Nah, he's not willing to stand up. It's like all the guys I used to work with, man.
I got a video of him, but all right, go down to the next one.
President Xi and I are announcing that Canada and China are forging a new strategic partnership. Canada can thrive in a new system, but to do so, we must be ambitious. We must work at speed and scale to find new partners, to diversify our trade and attract unprecedented levels of investment in our country. And we must be pragmatic. And it's with this approach that Canada is forging a new strategic partnership with China. President Xi and I.
This is another take on the same dude. He seems a little bit more upbeat on this one.
That's upbeat.
I mean, a little bit more than the other one. We are going to join the new world order.
We tariffed the shit out of Canada, I think, too, right? We're not. Trump said he was sending us a couple grand. I ain't seen it yet.
That's what Heather was saying. She's like, he's where's my $2,000?
Supposed to be on the 26th. He's supposed to make all credit card capped at 10% interest.
That's awesome.
Supposedly sending the military $1,800 for every active duty soldier was supposed to get a check.
Just
for being enlisted, just for being active, and then everybody in America was supposed to get $2,000.
Now, do active duty soldiers get 3,700, or they get less than the fucking schmuck sitting at home not serving?
No, all active. Yep, not vets.
No, active get 1,700.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know. Do they double dip? I don't know. So damn, we got less. No, I think that was all Americans across the board, so they should get 30.
37.
Do the math. 37.
Yeah.
This is not blackjack or poker. I can't do math. Yeah, so they should get more than that. So, but Trump forgot. He kind of had one of those orange moments where he forgot he had promised us all that money. He also talked about income tax being completely gone because of the tariff money. Like we don't pay any more.
Just temporarily gone or like wiped out?
Oh, Virginia.
What about? Oh yeah,
we didn't talk about Virginia.
Let's do it.
The governor of Virginia removed an executive order that was in place that now prohibits. I have to do this at the beginning of the show. Virginia no longer cooperates with ICE. I got a guy in Virginia who said it went out to his agency wide. The governor squashed an executive order from the previous governor. She's a Democrat. And now the state of Virginia no longer cooperates with ICE. We see how well that's going in Minnesota.
Why would you take this stand? Why would you do this? I don't understand. You literally have a failing model that folded in front of America's eyes when Mayor Frey had to go, listen, we're just going to comply. The big bad SS Trump bullies are here, but it's just better if everybody complies and goes home. He did what they wanted him to do, and he had to eat crow in front of the whole nation. And you watch that, and as a leader and as a governor, you go, I'm going to do that too. Yes. I'm going to tell the world I'm not working with ICE.
Yes. Let me see. I'm pretty sure Abigail Spandberger. Spandberger. She is the 46-year-old Democratic governor of Virginia, and she signed she repealed Youngkin. Yeah, what was I say his fucking name? Youngkin, Glenn Youngkin.
He appealed young kids.
No, she
was appealing to
he pulled back his executive order, so now the Virginia no longer cooperates with ICE. So we should get some new material out of Virginia here shortly when all that starts going down. And
is there any coppers in Virginia that can verify this? Because I know that can't be statewide. That has to be for like Northern Virginia. That's liberal as shit up there. I just splashed that saltwater shit in my eye and it burns. Oh.
Well, let's say this. She has, and I'd like to be unbiased. She has opposed defunding the police, supported bills that would increase ability of local police to hire and train more.
Who's your source? Can you give it out?
Wikipedia.
No, from the.
Oh, no, it was on TV.
Squealers in Roanoke, Virginia. That's Southwest, but he's saying it's the same thing.
Yes, I mean the source was somebody at there, but I'm saying it wasn't him, but it was somebody at Virginia said they just pushed this out like Power DMS to the agency. We're no longer cooperating with ICE.
The whole state. Whole state of Virginia.
Whole state.
Wow, we'll see how that works out.
So now you have the state of Virginia no longer cooperates with ICE. So that should be pretty interesting, Lewis.
We should allow states to go have their own little mini civil wars. Because I can tell you, Virginia's not like that, but it's like Miami and Florida. It's in Orlando and Florida. Most of Florida is not like those places, but they have the most voters.
Yeah, she supports same-sex marriage.
Well, she's a liberal.
Yeah, she's married to Adam.
Is there an ICE academy?
Yeah, they're paying good money too.
Do you think they'll take hand tattoos?
No, probably.
Probably.
No.
Probably.
That's the least of your problems.
Not the same, bro. I'm good to go.
Okay.
I said fag on Patreon and I got in trouble for that one.
You did. Yeah, that's just an interesting stance to take.
All right.
I mean, one thing is like, hey, we're just gonna make, like we talked about, we'll make sure everything's being done correctly. We're not helping ICE. A whole state of law enforcement now gets a directive to not assist. And now we may see the same thing happen in one city in America happen in an entire state, which some of the parts of Virginia are very conservative, which is very interesting.
I'm telling you, it's just like, it's crazy. Like the part of Virginia I grew up was 45 minutes from West Virginia. It's nothing like Northern Virginia, but the whole fucking state has to sit there and deal with what Northern Virginia,
right outside DC. That whole area is what keeps them.
Oh my God, dude, like I remember they were telling me like cops in Virginia, like they lost the ability to pull people over for like minor traffic infractions, like not moving violations, equipment violations.
Correct. Yes.
That's crazy. You don't even have to have fucking headlights in your car unless they pull you over for something else that's driving related, and then they can cite you for the headlight.
Well, we see how well it's going in Philadelphia and New Jersey and New York and all those other cities that are falling apart. So why not just stop cooperating with the government and stop pulling people over for violations? And because you know as well as I do, when applied correctly, those violations lead to drug seizures.
That's what I'm about to say. I know
you have to have those.
The proactive cops in our community of our 99 percenters, they get it. They obviously understand. But if you're not a cop or something, you know, or you've been a cop for a long time, so you're not really proactive anymore, you have to understand that like that is how we find some of the bad stuff out there. Is we use the tail light being out, we use one of the two of the brake lights being out, you know, we use a headlight being out, and you get tons of dope off streets, you get guns, you get people with violent felony warrants. Like that's how you get it. There's serial killers that have been picked up on traffic stops.
That might be a good topic for me and Dom to go after on Wednesday, because he's totally anti like minor traffic infraction. And you know, and what you heard it, you got yelled in the hood, why don't you go do something? Go find the real crime.
Yeah. Well,
people don't go down the road with kilos hanging out the window going, I'm going to sell these drugs, or I've got assault weapons, I got a switch in the back. They don't drive around advertising it.
And they're in the hood.
They do advertise it, but you see it a different way. And some of the ways that you combat that
why don't you go find some real crime? It's probably somewhere around here.
Yeah, but you don't, you know, like I said, nobody drives down the road with a sign that says I'm smuggling narcotics, or I got guns, or I got warrants. They drive around, and because of crime usually leads to not updating your tag, having your license suspended, not making the best decisions, your taillights are out, you're not really doing checking. That's how we find crime. So one of the things I hated the most when people would say that when I pulled them out, you pull me off, there's real crime out there. Well, they don't just fucking advertise. If they ever advertise it, we would just go get them all and put them in jail.
Yeah.
We have to find them by speeding. You know, Kenny's an interdiction guy, Red Ninja, Kenny Williams, great interdiction guy. He'll tell you that I've been to those interdiction schools. Nobody drives around with a sign that says smuggling 30 kilos.
You actually have to be trained to find those guys.
You have to like look for discrepancies in stories. They can't tell you where they're both going. But that all starts with 55 and a 54. You got to have a traffic violation.
55 and a 54.
You got to have a traffic violation to lead to finding that.
I remember when I was on my way out and I was a little bit more saltier, I started accepting that maybe the best way to deal with the public and law enforcement's animosity towards each other is simply giving police departments the option to respond only, and it would really not change much. They just act like firefighters. They just sit in their precincts and they wait, like designated areas, not out and about, not at gas stations. They sit in their precinct and they get dispatched to calls, and people that need the police can call. And then that way they're not out there getting in all these situations that are causing public distrust. But we know what they're doing. They're out there doing good, and they're solving crimes before they fucking happen by taking these guys off the street. But people don't appreciate it.
That's my street goon. My argument is that the guys that have more reps of doing those controversial borderline stops for brake lights, tag lights, rolling stop signs that are finding criminals, they're inherently going to get more complaints, get involved in more critical incidents, get involved in more use of forces. They don't get a pass to do anything. But I always go back to my IA. I broke it down a lot recently. You're going to do things where people go, I probably wouldn't have done that. Is it illegal? No. Is it the best way to do it? Maybe not. It works 90% of the time. Every now and then, it doesn't look okay to, you make a slick comment or you take a guy to jail for resist, and it's like, we could have probably skipped it. Yeah, we could have skipped that one. But if you pull me back to the point where I never do that again, everybody's going to traffic narcotics and everybody's going to get away with it. You have to operate somewhere in that gray area. And I don't mean illegal, but tint. Like tint is one of the best ones. Oh, it's just tint. People's tint. How many people, they rent an Altima and they slap tint on that fucking thing and it's illegal and you stop them for it. Tint's a great stop. Seatbelt. You want to fly out the window? It is your prerogative if you want to fly out the window. Unfortunately, they made a statute that says you have to wear it. When I see something, I pull you over for your seatbelt. So those little things, but the guys who get after it and do the job are going to get more complaints, going to get involved in more shit. So they're going to need to be disciplined differently. And I don't mean allowed to break the law or allowed to break policy. They're just going to be involved in more shit. What did I just see this morning about? I was watching one about running red light. Was that you? I watched one about, Jason sent it to me, vote your back. They asked a cop, is it okay for cops to break the law? And they said, well, of course not. And they go, well, you run red lights to catch up to bad guys. Yes, but the statute allows us to break that law. There is a law that says he's like, well, you don't always turn your lights on. And his analogy was, what if there's like a kidnapper and he goes by you, you see him and you have to run like 5 lights to catch up to him. Is the juice worth the squeeze in that case? And it would be. Mm-hmm. It would make sense for me to run 5 red lights to catch somebody that's got a hostage or kidnap, but I am breaking the law. So guys that do that controversial, wild shit are going to inherently get more complaints, be involved in more shit, but we have to have that. We have to have it.
All right. So we've got K9 who wants to come in and apologize for not showing up on time. Let's bring him in.
Sorry, guys. What's up, OG? Sorry, guys.
In the world, there's like these things, there's like deadlines and jobs and
not for K9. No? He's the talent. He's the talent.
He didn't have to drive 2 hours to get to that studio, did he? He's just right there. Well, I already broke down your heartbreak, but if you want to touch on anything, I know you had a rough night last night.
It was a rough night. I probably drank a little too much, lost a little too much money, but I'm here. I'm alive. I had a side job this morning. That's why I was late, and I had to trim up my beard. I didn't want to come in looking all ratchet for you, Tyler. Sorry about that.
How much you drink?
Too much.
What did you drink? Tequila?
No, last night not tequila, man. I actually got me a little bottle of Henny. Some hen dog for my boys. Let's go.
Gross.
Henny.
On the rocks, baby.
So break it down.
Yeah, so I mean the Bears once again. I mean it was a close game the whole time. It came down to the end again, and we were losing. Caleb did his magic. Caleb clutch had one of the greatest throws of all time. Man, that 4th down, unbelievable touchdown. Goes to overtime. We stop them. They're 3 and out. We get the ball back. Things are looking great, and then just collapse. So it was a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah. Would you agree? I know you're a Bears fan, and I'm independent. I'm like a proxy Bears fan because of you and my wife. I rooted for him. I know you like the guy. DJ Moore quit on that route. DJ Moore did not hustle on that route. The season is on the line. It's the biggest play of the season. He lollygagged, jogged, and ran a terrible route. Would you agree?
He did. And honestly, going back to preseason, I wanted us to trade DJ Moore because of his attitude going back to last year, sitting on the sidelines, getting mad because he's not getting the ball, getting mad at Caleb, giving up on plays. The guy definitely has an attitude problem. Yes. I didn't want him on the team this year at all. And I mean, when he puts in the effort and he's got a good mood, going on. He's great and he's one of the best in the league, but it seems like any little thing could tick him off, and it definitely seemed like he didn't try on that route at all. And I definitely think that's the reason why the interception happened. But I would love to see him walk out the door. Honestly, there's been rumors he's going to the Raiders. He's going to be involved with trades.
Let him go.
So I would love to see him go, honestly.
You can't run that route in that fashion, and you're going to watch that play over and over and over again. I watch it broken down from overhead, and the way that play was designed was to have that section of the field wide open. It was supposed to be an in route where he cuts across the field. He's not even looking at the quarterback. He's essentially just running at the defender. And I would put that throw up there, and I said it last night, and I'll stand behind it. That play, and it's so sad they lost the game. I put that right up there with the Eli Manning helmet catch with David Tyree in the Super Bowl. There was just no way halfway through that play anything good was going to happen. Back foot throw, 40 yards, 47 yards in the air for a touchdown was probably the best play of the season I've seen so far. Probably last week's fourth down against Green Bay was the one before that. And then to have that happen and to have a guy with an ego quit on a route, of course, you never know what's going to happen. You can't say it's all his fault, but it just sucks. And what a heartbreaking loss. And, it's one of those chalk it up to a moral victory. Your team looks good, but man, when you're right there, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking, man. And I think actually people are finally agreeing with me on the Caleb takes I've had for the past 2 years. I mean, I know me and you have even gotten into it over the guy.
He's good.
Listen, I know the fingernail polish and the crying to his mom.
Why is that?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And, well, he apparently does it allegedly because his mom owns a nail salon. I guess his aunt worked there as well, and his aunt passed away, so he does it in honor of her. And you know what? I'm not one of those guys. I mean, the world's different nowadays. Obviously, I talked about this on ESPN with Clinton Yates. I mean, you got people dressing up as furries. I mean, there's people that think they're cats and dogs. At least the guy doesn't think he's a cat or a dog. At least it's just fingernails.
Well, we're only a couple seasons away from getting our first furry.
The only knock on him last night was he seemed to not want to run the ball. There were plays several times on third and even the fourth down plays where they got stuffed on the goal line. It just seemed like he ran all season. It was almost like, you're not going to run tonight. That was if I was going to knock him for anything, and it's really minor, there were some plays I think he could have ran the ball. And that, you start adding up points where the Bears didn't take the points at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
A couple other times it was like, and it's hindsight, great game. Let's shift from depression to the U. Tell me about tonight.
Listen. My mental well-being relies on the night. I'm going through a lot in my personal life, and I'm a religious man, so I feel like the big man upstairs has been watching down on me and giving me some positive things in my life because I'm going through a lot personally. I know I joke around a lot, but I'm actually being real about this, and that's kind of the only thing I've had going for me the past couple of months are my football teams, man. I love my Bears and I love my Canes, and you know what? Last night was heartbreaking, but I started to think about it. I'm like, you know what? We beat the Packers last week. I feel a lot better now that I started to think about that. So, that's over with. But now, tonight, in Miami, at Hard Rock, we're going up against the hottest team in college football, Indiana. And my mental well-being relies on it. I mean, I want us to win so bad. It is crazy. I got the jersey on. I'm trying to do everything. I'm a very superstitious man. So I went back to the last one. I got a haircut the same day. So I know I was late, but sorry, I can't be the reason why Miami loses. I have my earrings out. I wasn't wearing earrings. My volume on my TV was at 15. So everything has to be the same. I'm very superstitious. I'm crazy. I know it. But I think we have a chance tonight. I know everybody's counting us out. I've seen point spreads up to 9.5. We're at home. We're in Miami. Michael Irvin's going to be there barking. We got the alum there. I'm going to be watching from home, praying. I think we got a shot. I think we can win this. I think we bring the championship to Florida, to Miami, to the 305, and I'm ready.
Oh! Are you going to be okay if Miami loses?
Will I be okay?
Doesn't sound like it.
I will be okay. I don't think it'll get to the point where you need to Baker Act me or anything like that, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. I mean, so you'll have a week. You'll have a solid week from media to get away if you need to, right? Like Monday night, you're tonight live on Counterculture Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. You are going live with Sports with Canine, and the game's tonight. God forbid you just got to go crawl in a dark bedroom and just mourn for a week. Come Monday, we can come talk about sports again, right?
Exactly.
We need you, Canine. We all need you.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you need me, and it's nice to feel needed for once in my life. Listen, I brought this up actually the first podcast we ever did, and I was actually really real about it. And I know I joke around a lot, but I've always had sports, man. I've went through a lot in my life as a kid. I've had a terrible childhood. I mean, whatever. And, my adult years were pretty good. Now they're pretty shitty for the most part. But I've always had sports, man. And you know what? My teams have always been there for me. And yeah, play the violin, play it. Listen, it's all a part of the build-up, man. When the Canes win tonight, everything will be fine. But sports have always been there. My teams have always been there. I'm 30.
30? I was gonna say that's part of just being a grown-up. Is that just you wake up, your body hurts, everybody's mad at you all the time, and then you go to bed.
Yeah, that's life. Don't get me wrong, but my sport teams have always been there, so I love my teams. Is that the song they play on the commercial for the dogs? Like when they want you to donate to the dogs?
This is the trending thing on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Billie Eilish.
Yeah, the ASPCA.
When I was on my cruise and the dealer would bust us out on like poker, he would start humming that meow 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 meow, and as he takes our fucking money off the table. Like, got me.
Man, you got to live a hard life like Mike. He's got so much good going on that he can just go waste all of his money on gambling. That's a bad day for him.
I married the right woman.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
No,
I'm married. My life sucks.
No, I married the right woman. That's why I can go gamble.
I didn't. That's the problem.
Hey, man, sometimes it takes 2-3 times, but you get it right.
Yeah, maybe after the third one. Yeah.
6:30 tonight on Counterculture Sports with K9. He's going to tell you why the U is going to win. Get the hat. The hat ready?
I got it over here. I can grab it.
But you have like a duck head?
Yeah.
You want it? Hold on. It'll take me 1 second.
Get the hat, man. You got to go out with the hat. Meow, 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 meow.
It's not a duck. It's an ibis.
It's an ibis.
Big difference.
The U
ibis is a primal animal.
Are you going to wear that tonight, or is that you can't wear it because you weren't wearing it last time?
I wasn't wearing it last time. Superstition. Now, if we start getting blown out, things start to change. Volume goes up. More hats come out.
Gotta change it. Yeah, there's no point in
shirts changed. I'll take the chain off. I'll sit on. I'll stand up instead of sit down. Yes.
All
right, bud. See you tonight, 6:30. Counterculture Sports with Canine. All right, we got Clint.
We call Clint
next.
I had something else.
What do you got? Remember?
The Giants did sign Harbaugh. I was reading the comments. Oh, Brady that ordered a shirt. There's an issue with your address.
Oh, it says might want to review.
Yeah, it's on.
Are you confident with your address? Because we can click.
It doesn't look like it is. So Brady, just DM Antihero or Copville. Make sure you got your complete address correct, because it has a little. It's on hold for an address issue, and I'll get Clint on the line.
So, and in case everybody knows or wonders, like we have third party people doing our merch. So, like, I feel bad because it's like the Anti-Hero merch we don't have on hand. So, like, in order to get it, it has to be ordered. Like,
it's most of my Copville stuff too, and I'll tell you what happened.
And to be fair, I would probably go bankrupt because I would just send everybody free shirts.
Yes, and I do send a lot of stuff free. But here's an example of what happens. Guy orders a shirt, happened the other day, forgets the apartment number. Once I hit click to fulfill, it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Even if I catch it like in the first two hours, sometimes they're like, sorry, we already started the process. So this shirt was like out for delivery. And they're like, hey, I email, and I get 1,000 emails a freaking day. Hey, I emailed you like 3 days after the order to say my apartment number was wrong. And it's like, sorry, I missed it. Get your address right, please.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, where you live, please. Because what happened was it was on the truck. Then Printify asked me, what's this guy's apartment number? I sent it to them. It missed it. It goes all the way back to the fucking company. Then it has to be reshipped again.
You
So
got to pay for shipping.
twice.
Yep.
I
That's
paid
the
about
thing.
fucking $40 to send something to Belgium, but I want the exposure. I want the stuff out there. I don't mind all the time, but I can't go bankrupt over shirts. But please double check, triple check your address. Brady that just ordered a shirt, please give us your correct address so I can
He said
update
he
it.
will.
All right, good. And I will get Clint on the line. Lewis, get the timer ready. I know it's there. I already saw you working on it.
So we start the timer when he starts the story, right?
1 second. Yes. Are we ready?
All right.
Okay. All right. You're on.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good
What's
morning.
going on?
What's up,
What's up,
buddy?
Clint?
Hey, so this time I want to tell y'all about what happened to me in airborne school. So I joined. I started basic December 28th of '94. So I was there in airborne school. Maybe 3 months into 95. Okay. So it was, airborne school was easy if you're combat arms.
Yeah. It's no aerosol. It's no aerosol school.
Right. But if you're coming out of basic and AIT, you should be cruising through airborne school. Maybe the soft skills or people that are older and coming to it, they can have a problem with it. But I feel like young people have it pretty easy.
In the chat.
And so all the running and all the ground week and all that stuff, that was all real easy for me. But when we got to Tower Week, we actually got to do the towers. And so, we went out there as a platoon and we're at the towers. And they had, the tower is 250 feet and it has 4 arms on it.
Oh,
yeah. That was canceled when I went.
I didn't go through it. In 96, I didn't go through it either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the story on the towers is that they were actually created for the 1933 or 31. If Jimmy was here, he would have nailed the year, but it's 31 or 34. The World's Fair, I think in Atlantic City or New York or something. This big thing they had, it was, everything from the future. It was a big push on things from the future. And so they created the airborne tower for civilians to do it. And then when that fair was over, the Army bought them, and then they maybe made more or something like that. So anyways, so it's got 4 arms on it. And so, I'm on the ground and they lower a line down and you hook into it. And then they pull you up and they pull you up and there's a safety that you put on. It's an extra rope that hooks in. When you go up, that would catch you if something happened. But when you go up and they pull you to the top, they're talking to you through the microphone.
Yep.
And they tell you to answer by opening and closing your legs. That's like yes and no. I can't remember the exact, hand and leg signal it was. But anyways, so you're hanging up there and so when it pulls you up, they tell you to unhook the safety. So you unhook the safety and it drops down. And then they start calling out the sides. So each arm has a number. And the Sergeant Airborne's on the microphone, and he's saying, drop side 1, drop side 2, drop side 3, drop side 4. Well, they might start with 1 and drop him. But in the meantime, if you rotate while you're up there and you're facing the tower, then they're not going to drop you. So they'll skip that number. So they might go, 1, 3, 4, and then bring that number 2 down and straighten him up and then take him up with a new lift. So I think I was either 3 or 4. And when we got pulled up and I got up there, I immediately rotated into the tower. And so I'm looking at the tower and I'm like, well, I know I'm not jumping this time. I know they're not dropping me this time. So I'm just sitting there waiting. And they said, drop side 1. And I felt the harness go like cha-chink. And I looked up and I watched the claw let go of my harness. And you heard some people go, no. And I dropped down. I only dropped maybe 50 feet, if that. And I flew into the tower.
Holy shit.
And I hit the beams and I started bouncing down the beams.
Oh,
Jesus.
And the parachute went completely flat and was just flopping against the tower. And I hooked one of the beams with my arm and the crook of my arm on the opposite side of my elbow. And then I grabbed my fist with the other hand and I held on for just short of 14 minutes.
Holy shit.
And I was waiting on what I was really afraid of was that the wind was going to catch the parachute and just suck me off. But I was hanging there and they were asking me all the questions like, are you okay? And I'm opening and closing my legs and I'm not saying anything. I'm just hanging on. And they have a battle drill that they practice. It's like man in the steel, and they basically like reverse rappel up one of the arms, and then the sergeant comes across, and then he comes down the tower and hooks into you, and then you both jump off and then rappel down the tower.
Okay.
And so this dude comes, hooked into me, and we jumped off and we rappelled down. And when I touched the ground, I completely collapsed. Like I could not stand up. And
holy cow.
So they took me to the hospital, and I didn't break anything, but I had a bruise that ran from my hip all the way to the end of my foot. And when I was hanging up there by one arm, dude, I watched them form the platoon up and march off. Like minute 3. The entire platoon formed up and marched off.
They didn't want to see you die.
Yeah, they didn't want to see me fall. Get die.
That might kill morale, Clint.
Yeah, you can't.
Definitely next dude to jump. And so, I got recycled. But that day, I went to the hospital and I came right back. And so they took me to another. They took me to a different room, and I was basically on the same floor as their offices. And I was in there, and they yelled down the hallway. They were like, Private Ludwig, get your fucking ass out here. And so I come hobbling out on my crutches, and it was a sergeant first class and a captain from Ranger Regiment. And their processing building is on the same field. So they have like a little building that the Ranger Rippies go to right there on one. It's like one of the buildings has like the 6-armed monkey parachuting or something.
Uh-huh.
And that's all Rangers in there. And they said they all came out and watched me on the tower. And they said, man, the way you weren't freaking out or anything. You were just doing what you were taught, closing your legs and doing all that. You weren't freaking out, screaming and crying. They're like, we want you to fucking come be a Ranger. And I was like, well, hell yeah. And so I walked on crutches into their little building out there and filled out all my paperwork to go to Ranger Regiment. But I was already in Tower Week. So I got shifted over 1 week, and then I graduated in the next company, and my paperwork didn't go through in time. And I was glad, because Rangers were fucking mean back then. I didn't. It was bad enough being in the 82nd getting smoked. I could only imagine what it was like.
Yeah, Rangers is tough, man.
Them dudes. But my dad was a truck driver, 18-wheeler truck driver, and he actually made a delivery just a couple months after that, and to Fort Benning, to airborne school. And so he talked to one of the guys that worked there, and the guy said, yeah, I was there when that happened, and the sergeant airborne up in the tower hit the wrong button. He said that dude, he got kicked out of the school. He didn't get demoted or nothing, but he got kicked out, and that was it. But the dude who saved my life, he was a E6 from Fort Bragg, and he was from Boston, and he had sleeves. Both arms were sleeved up in 95, so that was odd. That was.
Yeah, that is
cool.
different. Yeah.
And so as soon as I got to Fort Bragg, I started working on my sleeves. And I was the only private in 96 with the forearm tattoo.
Well, I think you earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to be like that dude,
Wow. Man, what a good story. It was funny, not disturbing, and it had a good message at the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, Clint. That's the first time we talked to you in a while, but thanks for calling in. And I'm going to put a picture of the towers up there for everybody to see what you're talking about. But
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye, Clint.
I'll see y'all.
Lewis, just Google airborne school towers, because these things I
don't know if
probably
anybody
I probably
that's ever done
wouldn't I probably wouldn't have gone through the school. All I remember was looking at these things and they go, yeah, we don't use those anymore. I'm like, it's a good fucking thing.
Well, they were using them when I went through in 2008, but they were,
Really?
but they weren't. We didn't use them. I don't
We
know
didn't-
if it's weather related or what. No, those are the.
It's those right there in the middle, but we want a better picture. It's the second row all the way to the right. Right there. Pull that picture up if you can. This is
That's
psycho. I
them.
would have never. Yeah, I wouldn't
They
have.
look like giant windmills.
Yeah, it's bad.
They're horrifying.
Yeah, it's.
I'd rather just jump out of a plane at that point.
I mean, going in the L off the side of a Black Hawk is pretty sketchy. This is to me way worse.
Well, you got to go up. It's like,
Yes, you
in
gotta
a
go ahead.
plane, you can't see the the route up.
Lewis is having a meltdown over there. Look, he's
it's
doing the same thing over and over. It's doing
not the same time. It's not the right file. It won't pull it up.
It's got to be a JPEG.
Yeah.
Come on, Lewis.
I'll just share it.
Yeah.
There we go. Do what I said the first time. Beautiful. All right. Click on that
All
picture.
right, I'll just do
Click
it.
on that picture. So for those, it's not on the screen anymore. Why is it not the same on that screen as it is on this screen?
Oh yeah.
There we go. Lewis is back.
He's back.
So for those, this is what the tower that Clint's talking about looks like. They suck you up, not suck you off. Suck you up to the top of that tower. There's 4 people on each one of those arms that goes out. Your parachute is open. And when they call your number, they hit a button and you go down 250 feet and then do a PLF, parachute landing fall.
Seems simple.
Seems simple.
Yeah.
Had they have had that open when I got there, I probably would have faked an injury and been long gone. I hate heights. The plane is so high. You can take it down.
That it requires the parachute. Everything. The weather has to be perfect for those things.
Correct. And then you're holding the chute open and wind's blowing, and then they let it go. You have to worry about it getting hung up and running into the tower and all those things that for what was it, $202 a month, I was airborne. So for an extra $202 a month, which brought me to about $980 a month when I was in my first few, I volunteered to go up to that miserable fucking thing. But thank God for my career, that thing was not open, because I don't know if I would have made it. The dangling and waiting part is far worse than just jumping out of a fucking airplane. That's easy.
I've never done it.
It's easy to just jump out the fucking door.
Yeah.
But yes, that's sketchy. And to hang there, and think about that. You're hanging on the side of that fucking thing. You're not connected to anything.
We gotta break down a video next time. Wait, watch a video.
Yeah, I'm sure there's videos of people getting stuck. Fuck that, dude. Now we know what Clint, what's wrong with Clint. It all makes sense.
All right, guys, that's it for the show. Don't forget, check out the merch store, theantiherobroadcast.com. Go to the shop feature. We got all of our designs up on shirts, hoodies, fucking stickers, hats, beanies, you name it, it's there. And then tomorrow's Patreon exclusive. If you haven't joined our Patreon, I promise you it's a good time. It is available on the audio side, Spotify, Apple Podcasts later in the day. But to engage with us live, it has to be through Patreon. And then we obviously have Friends Day Wednesday. We have Elizabeth Lane on. We were on her show. It's more guest oriented on Wednesdays, although we will catch up on any current events that we got to. And of course, Thursday is the next broadcast. Jimmy will be back, and we're going to do the night shift. And remember, guys, night shift is moving February 5th.
The first Thursday of February, which is, Lewis, you sit there. I got this. February 5th will be the
February
first
5th.
episode on Night Shift.
It will
on
be
Counterculture only.
Counterculture Inc. YouTube, and it will be on its own audio streaming. So you guys got to be on the lookout for that. We'll send out more reminders all month, but we're pushing for that. But that's it, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully through Patreon, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
JV team for life.